Yes, that is an umbrella in my pocket. Oof. Rain. We had rain last night. Again, I guess this morning. It stopped. It's threatening. We'll see what's up. It'll be fun getting me trying to like get everything together at the same time. So there is actually a reason why I'm late. Not just the usual. Hello, that one person. I was giving my ladybird head this morning. She got on my lap and I couldn't resist. She likes her whiskers scritched. So I scritched her whiskers like crazy. She was on for about 20 minutes, which is, bizarre for her because she doesn't do laps as she's gotten older. So, hi Cricket. Why isn't it showing it? Let's see. Now I'm playing with my YouTube on my other phone. Ah, okay. Thank you. Ooh, I thought it was being like a little overzealous with the fixing of my, what is he doing? Look, they're listening to me. What is he painting? I wonder. I'm vibrating. Why am I vibrating? Hold on. Okay. He's painting the trim up there. And unfortunately not doing a very good job either. So, why am I still vibrating? Oh, because I'm probably on the wrong... Okay, let's see. Maybe that'll work. So yes, we wander down the street because there's a guy with a big ladder in front of the door. And hopefully he doesn't run away when he sees me. So, yes, after the cat head experience, and I got in my car, and I saw the entrance to the tunnel was completely not moving. Great. So I have to go down to the middle of the island to get on another bridge. But I pulled over to text the mods. By the time I was done texting the mods, the tunnel was moving. So I got in the tunnel. Just sort of like another Friday in paradise. And so get to the end of the tunnel and it's a complete cluster. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I go around, figure out taking a back road, and the ramp near my house is closed to the freeway. And there's no announcement about it. How do you like that one? Jeebus, people. So I went halfway down Oakland and got on the freeway, where I would have got the bridge. But since I was coming the back way, I didn't get stuck in traffic. So now I know what happens when they close my the tube or when they're doing stuff on the other side. It'll take a couple extra minutes to get through the tunnel, but you can have clear streets all the way down to where the other hi Dove, where the other entrance is. Here comes a puppy. I've already seen like 3 puppies already. This one I think this one knows me too. This one keeps looking at me. Do you like that? It's like, yes, even the puppies love me. See, gotta get the puppy. He's gonna walk into my frame any minute. Oh my God, look at him, he's so cute. Hi, you. Dingo Doodle? He looks like an Australian doodle. Yeah, Australian cattle dog doodle. That's interesting. Oh, look, it's someone going in. So, yes. And it's only cold on that corner. It's already, oh, look, they don't know I'm here. Look. And he didn't tell them. Hurry. Get him out. Oh, look. God, those suits are cheap. Oh my God, it's amazing. Do you guys dress your people in better things? So let's see. What can we see from here? We can see the desk. We can see, hold on. Hi, Clark Ashton Smith. How are you today? I can't block the doorway, so I can only get it like this. So they're not paying attention. I didn't see any zebras either, so that's cool. They want to pay attention. There's nobody back there, that's why. Let's see. What can we see? There's the big list of the donor roll, I think it's called, it says. Can you guys see it? There we go. Read any names? Benefactors, what's good ahead? Something near premier benefactors. So you just, it goes up and up and up. Let's see. Oops, I'm hitting. Come on. Focus. Focus. It's not, there we go. Let's see. Premier benefactors and we're having issues. Okay, I'll read it through here. See, premier benefactors, then you have your own member with, oh, damn, you guys are no fun. You know, you can always leave anytime you want to. Nothing's gonna happen to the club if you do. I probably got a couple of names. That's good. Scare the bejesus out of them. Aw, poor BBs. I never get the doors unshielded. Oh, that's good, Clark. I'm glad your wife is doing well or better, or staying, you know, static when our beloveds are not well. Even the move of an arm sometimes is better than nothing. What? Carrie Ann says, hey y'all, sorry I'm late. I was torturing No Face by making him play the Spice Girls. Hi, Miss Sunrise. Oh, okay. So I'm getting a raid from Sean. Sean is my bartender's name. So that's in the club. Oh, I'm zoomed. See? And you're not very late. I just started 7 minutes ago. Because, yes, Clark, we're all sorry your wife's sick. Definitely. Yeah, they're working on the tunnel near my house for 5 years. So it'll be interesting because I know the minute I get used to one way to drive, they'll mess it up and do it another way. So it's supposed to make it easier to get on the freeway after 5 years. Don't you love that? NyQuil and wonton from the freezer makes for an excellent treatment plan. Yes, it does. Lord knows, last time I wasn't feeling good, I would have killed for some good wonton. All we have is... Actually, no. The wonton could have been fine. My taste buds have been weird again. So, that's possible. I didn't even think of that. I haven't found a decent bad Chinese place in Alameda yet, which really sucks. Because I love American Chinese food. Even though I'm right near Chinatown, excuse me, I don't know what the heck is going on with my throat. I'm a block walk away from Chinatown when I'm here. You figure I'd find a good Americanized Chinese food place. So, so do you think that OSA is watching finally? And that's why they're having to fix things up slowly? So, I wouldn't be surprised. Unless when they took their Christmas picture, someone noticed that that trim was ugly. All I want to do is like clear my throat constantly. Look at the fire engine. I love fire engines so much I should be a Dalmatian. That line is really old. Oh, Brain Fog, can you tell us a story about naming the gnome George? I missed it and Antic said she didn't want to retell it and mess it up. Yes. So good news. Orang lifted his butt slightly off the ground by himself today. When I picked his butt up all the way up, he walked a couple of steps. Effing A. Totally cool, K.A. Well, I'm just one person. Why would they watch me? I'm one person in San Francisco. San Francisco doesn't mean anything unless they're going to have baby Bufu become, oh my God, you guys made the guy come in and then you close the windows and then you put the screens up. What's the matter? Don't the Z boys want to come out and play? Hey, they put a bow up too. Ooh, someone is watching. That's all I have to say. They even sort of fixed the ribbon that's going up and down because it's wired, so they could straighten it out if they really wanted to. So they painted that. I wonder if they painted it with paint. Oh, let me see. Painted it with paint right above the ribbon. See that dark brown spot? It's like if they painted it with paint or went over it with varnish. They went over it with varnish. It's raining. And that means the varnish will never dry completely. I know that because the top of my parents' mantle was that way for a while because they varnished, or somebody before they bought it varnished it when it was wet and it was sticky. It drove my mother nuts. I know. Woohoo, Carrie Ann. Yep, 2 bows. They're both mismatched. Well, the bows match. I can't fluff the bows. I'll be trespassed. So, I never in, Aaron. I don't think they tell David, but they still do surveillance. I think, well, see, that's the thing. If he is going to be baby Bufu, which is what I call him, because, there's a rumor running around he's going to be the next mismanaged. Okay.
I'm kidding. He shits on him hard every day.
I know. I see it all the time.
It's good.
Yes, he is.
How's today going?
Fine. I just got here.
Yesterday I walked by there handing out pamphlets. I didn't want one, so I let him know where.
Have a good one.
Happy holidays, sweetie.
Happy
good
holidays
to see you.
To you too.
Keep up the good fight.
Okay. Hello, puppy. Hello. How are you today? Look at you and your John Travolta eyes. Hi. Oh my God, look at him. He's adorable. Okay, back to the doors. That was my Metallica guy. Let's see, back to the doors. I've almost got my throat cleared. Oh, I know the bows don't match the ribbons. Hi, good vibes. Yes, I know. Well, yeah, but actually, they're supposed to be supported by international, so they should have the money to get bigger ones. At least they have another one. Could you picture if it was like empty the whole time? Still doesn't bug me enough. It's definitely just a you thing right now, Kay. They're back to being not the same height. But that's about it. That and they're still covering up the addresses. Oh, okay, why is he named George? He is named George because Bugs Bunny would do like Liberace impersonations, and he would always say, "I wish my brother George was here." The real Liberace used to play with his brother George, who was a violinist. So when his brother passed away early, I guess for them, maybe in his 40s, 30s, he would say, "I wish my brother George was here." So when I started playing violin, started in school, played through junior high, I named my violin George. So as we make George go the circuit around the world, we can always say, "I wish my gnome George was here." It's very simple. It's not goofy. It's just a name that stuck. Until somebody reminded me that Marilyn's one of her mods is George. And I'm like, oh my God, that's George. I love that George too. So we have George. Yes, the bows are at different heights. Right, exactly, Adam. So I even went to the Liberace Museum in Las Vegas before it was in a strip mall, and it was really cool. But no, I guess I had a thing for Liberace too. I should have known that I was going to love drag queens, because when he'd be on, oh God, who'd he be on? I think he was on Lawrence Welk once, but I would find out, and for some reason I'd always keep coming across him. So that was the fun part, because he was also on Laugh-In probably, and all those other ones when I was there. Carol Burnett, of course, who could pass up, Liberace. So I don't remember any of that from Bugs Bunny or Liberace. Really? Doph, you should look it up. Yes, his brother's name was George. And I can't remember which Bugs Bunny it was. Why was he being Liberace? I can't remember. Yes, my world was, sorry. My world revolved around Bugs Bunny. My parents weren't around a lot. We'll not go there. Liberace was What's My Line, and the audience went nuts. Yes, everybody loved him. He wore the rhinestone suit before Elton John wore the rhinestone suit. That's probably why I loved Elton John, was because of Liberace. I thought you named him George so we could love him and squeeze him and name him. Yes. That reference, George of the Jungle, I've had a bunch of them pop up. I think Papa Cat said George of the Jungle. Hi, Bob. People adored Liberace. I never understood that when I was a kid. He was so boring. No, he actually was a world-class pianist. Weirdly enough, I loved listening to him play the piano. Him and his brother George, they were actually beyond symphony level musicians. So that's why I remember Steinway did make him his plexiglass piano. They made one of his goofy pianos you wouldn't expect. So Marvin the Martian, yes. So no, I loved Liberace because he was sparkly and he could play a piano till the dawn of time. I don't ever remember seeing him and his brother play. So yeah, I know it's I totally bid a ton of money just so I could, name him George. And it's I go for sentimental. My dad's nickname in the family is George. His name is Larry, but when he was born, his sisters couldn't say Larry, so their grandfather said to call him George. 74 later, he was still George. Rock on, Don. That's awesome. The showmanship and the publicity, yes, that was it too. I don't think my dad was into Liberace much. My dad's not classical person either, so my mom and I just totally would just sit there and just watch dumbfounded while he played, because occasionally he would play all the way through, and it was just mesmerizing. Excuse me. But yeah, my first big scary queen was Liberace, and it went from there. Where did I grow up? Bay Area. I've actually done drag, because drag isn't necessarily a man dressing as a woman. Drag is usually going into a costume in a certain way. So I've actually done drag on the stage at Castro Street on Halloween, which used to be really, really big deal. So until I think my generation started causing problems. But I've performed, not you, again. I've performed probably about in front of 50,000 people. So George was easier than Larry. When you can't pronounce your R's, oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Liberace was Shondell on Batman and Shondell's brother Harry. Oh my God, I never thought about that. Yeah, I mean, he was all over the place when I was a kid. He was like a bad cold, man. He was everywhere. But the good part was that he had the charisma to hold himself up to the quote unquote boring piano part. So that's where you can study charisma. He was the epitome of it because everybody liked him, and they all knew he was, gayer than a $3 bill. So no face, they would say wowie. That's awesome, Don. So yeah, that's why he's named George, and we can hug him and squeeze him and do whatever we want. I've already got ideas for him. I'm gonna try to get him here on Chinese New Year so I can take pictures of him with dragons and lions, because they're everywhere.
Love the blue.
Thank you. Someone just said love the blue. Actually, you can rent a lion to come and bless your place. Maybe that's what I'll do around then, is have the lion come and bless the sidewalk, because they will. And have George with me and do it that way. Rudy Valley was another Batman villain. Yes, in Autumn Premature played Friffigan. A whole not named Autumn Premature. That's funny, Clark. By the time we were kids, he had been a superstar for a generation. The scandal negs couldn't tank him. They tried. Yes, exactly, Cricket. It was like he could care less. He is the epitome of you don't pay attention, nobody cares. So, and he would actually sort of like mock them too occasionally. Mind you, the George nickname is only within the family, right? People outside family have gotten extremely confused trying to figure out who George was. Yep. My cousin has the initial, he goes by his initials in the family because he has the same name as my dad. So I know that one. Calling his name across a room, it's not family, but he recognizes it immediately. That's when you get the, well, what is your name? Pierre Salinger was also a Batman villain. Bull. Pierre Salinger? It was Batman, wasn't it? Batman was like, I don't know. I was going to say Batman was sort of like Dada of the TV world, because it sort of kind of really didn't make sense. That's what I think of Dadaism. He was like Paul Lynde. Everyone knew what he was, but they didn't care because talented, funny. Yes, I loved Paul Lynde too. Weirdly enough, I didn't care for men. Maybe it was straight men. I didn't care for straight men going into wearing dresses. I wasn't into Milton Berle. But yeah, just screaming queens I loved on television because, yeah, they're funny and charismatic. So nobody cared. That's the point, people. You shouldn't care. Also, after the trauma of refusing to take his pills, I have discovered if I put the pills in a piece of warm hot dog, he'll eat it. I'm holding his water board, feeding him by hand. He's gonna be spoiled. Gonna be spoiled? Excuse me, Missy. I'm sure he's spoiled like crazy now. You're just waiting until you can pick him up. KA is talking about Orion. When you can pick him up, he's never gonna go hit the ground ever again. Pierre Salinger, yep, played Lucky Pierre, lawyer to the villains. Oh. And Rick Taylor, I saw him in New York City once walking down the street wearing a white poodle. Walking a white poodle wearing a velvet suit. Oh my God, that's when you wish that we had camera phones back then, because he would have posed. Oh, I loved him too. Oh my God, that whole era was really fun. What color was the velvet suit, Cricket? Oh, my grandmother. Oh, talk about old stories. My grandmother made my cousin. No, it was my mom. My mom made my cousin a royal blue velvet suit for his senior prom to match his girlfriend. And when they were doing the bow tie, my dad kept pressing them, so my mother had to keep making them. So at one point, I think they went through 3 because my mom couldn't understand why all of a sudden it would just get flat. And then she saw my dad doing it. She was like, no, I said steam, not press. Oh. My extended family is in Florida. When my grandmother passed, our preacher and some And some friends went to help with the funeral. They spent about an hour with the family at my aunt's house. Continued. Oh my God, it's going to be one of your stories, isn't it, Dawn? Is it the letter to freedom or just a massive safety hazard? You're right, it is a safety hazard. I didn't even think about that. And it's not windy. It's supposed to be hella windy with an A here, like real soon. Like threaten, don't be very careful on the bridge windy. So that'll be interesting if it falls and destroys one of the fences. Hopefully Osa's listening. Hey Osa, tell him to come out and get the ladder. Sorry. I can still see Bill Moyers playing a villainous preacher. That's funny. Have a good day. Groundhog Day. AIDS took an Italian population and culture, and we were definitely the worst for it. Yes, KA, trust me. I have lots of enough friends do it too. Did a lot of fundraisers back then for friends who needed money. It was a very bizarre time. That's the easiest way to put it. Watching people go from I've got a cold to dead in 3 months sometimes. It was very weird. Like red or pink, bright. Am I missing something? I missed it. Clark Ashton Smith. There was a public access show in the 80s when someone in a devil's costume would rip the hell out of Moyers. I don't remember that either. Adam. Part 2. Before the funeral, on the way to the funeral home, my pastor asked me about who was married to who's. As door almost slaps the ladder. Geez. Oh my God, you're right. She usually never uses that side. She uses the other side. Oh, this is a coincidence we don't need. Right, Sean? Hi, Sean. If anyone has never seen the movie How to Survive a Plague, is an amazing document of triumph of community amidst tragedy. There's also and the band played on, and there is a whole bunch of them. God, I can't even remember them anymore. There are movies, Angels in America. Yeah, look up Egg's death on Google, and you'll just sit there with your eyes popping out of your head for if you're our generation age. If you don't know, I was smack dab in the middle of it. I was in San Francisco, so I knew about grids before AIDS, so that's what it was called before. So kid was who, etc. Afterwards he said, I just have one more question. We'll work into it. I said, what's that? And he said, who's George? He spent the hour at my aunt's trying to find out who George was. Did you not tell him? The public access show is probably only in New York. Yep, you know it. We had California Music Channel on this side for things like that, and a lot of people our age reference it, and people are like, what's California Music Channel? Unless you're in the Bay Area, you didn't know about it. There's a Mr. Shoskit swear to hell where the preacher man really brings it to Satan. I love just reading that made me laugh. Oh my God, the parrots are out already. Oh, unless they're mating. There's only 2 of them. It's very possible. I was dying laughing, and my dad really got a kick out of it. Ah, Mr. Shows some snickerdoodles. Hi, Cher. How are you today? Weren't you on or didn't you visit last night? I could swear I saw your name. I was saying hi to people who would say hi to me on the screen, just wave. And I know George is not a big deal name, but you know what? After a while, it's going to be good not to have to call him Gnome who stands in front of me while I'm doing protesting. So, Beyond Vaudeville was a great NYC public access show that is getting new life on social media. Ah, interesting. California Music Channel did that for a while, about 10 years ago, when people were like, oh, you gotta see this, you gotta see this guy, and stuff like that. It was funny. Yeah, isn't that great? Cricket, I know. I actually lost the love of my life to AIDS, and I think he gave me the second love of my life, which is Papa Cat. There's a crying, blubbering video I did that seems not to make sense when Natalie's My Tony died, because I could relate and I was lucky enough to find somebody else. So, and it's complicated why he got AIDS. So, that was after we left my aunt's house. He said the whole, yep, okay. He spent the whole time hearing people saying, tell George we need, or ask George. Okay. Damn it, they've changed it. I can't change from my top messages to messages on my iPad. Actually, it may be a thing because I can't get all messages on my phone right now. And as we know, I'm the Android queen that's never going to hell, otherwise known as Apple. I like Night Flight in the state when MTV didn't suck. Yep. Night Flight, definitely. The state. I made my parents watch The Young Ones once, and it was the one where the carrot and the broccoli, I think, were skating on the dirty plate, and my parents just looked at me and said, we give up, basically. Because I was trying to show them what was modern. I was, 22 or something? So, yeah. So I still do mention, you know that show I made you guys watch? And Dad just goes, yes. Because nothing like a bunch of people that sound like Cheryl, which sounds like my aunt, living together with every single different type of person, from the punk rocker to the guy who wears the suit, hanging out talking about their dirty dishes. Can you see all messages or not? I'll move to my desktop station. They need an 8-foot A-frame ladder to put Bo's 4 feet up on the door. No, it wasn't. The guy, when I walked up, was painting the brown trim right below the window when I walked up. But I'll buy that for $1. Yes, that should be. If it's still like this when I'm done, I'll take a picture of it and it'll be the thumbnail tomorrow. Kurt Loder is 79? Holy crap. Now we're talking about messages. 79? He's older than my dad. So he was the old man at MTV. I just thought he sounded like it. 79. My brain hurts now. Now we have to go look at Windows again. Let me extend the arm of the gimbal so you guys can see. Let's see. There we go. La la la. Actually, I wish it would rain just a little bitty bit so I can get my umbrella up so we can look in the windows. Martha Quinn can draw Social Security. That I expect. Because I was 16 when I started watching MTV when it came up to Northern California. So, and they were all there. So that was 1982. So, that I would expect, just not 79. That means he was older than my dad when he was doing MTV. And we always, tease about that your parents aren't... Did you hear that? Besides the vibration? The parrots are running around being brats. Hi, sitting. Okay. Was it true that Gilbert Gottfried owned MTV? No. That's funny, but no. That's awesome, though. If he did own MTV, that would have actually made sense. Parrot mini mummeration? Oh my God, woman. What does that mean in English? Don't say I wish it would rain. Carrie will start requesting songs. Oh, is that what happened? Okay. You were in MTV once in 1983? For what? That's awesome, Cricket. You were like, you would have been like the coolest person on the planet. So, yes, the most I remember, hey, it's the Pantone guy. Most I remember, my favorite thing about MTV was when Thriller came out, they played it every hour, the long version. And I danced to it every single time. I didn't learn the Thriller dance, but yeah, because Michael Jackson was God. And he was a werewolf, so. It's that weird sort of, it's wet sort of, you know, nothing's really dried up, but it's not raining. It's that, ooh, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pretend it's raining. Let me see if I can do this now. This is the small umbrella, which are a pain in the butt. Because I didn't want to have anybody be able to knock it down. So, okay, hold on, you guys. You're going face down. I can't. There we go. I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. The problem is they're so tiny that they don't, it's not automatic and it's got to be stretched out. So let's see now. What can we see in here? Okay, we can see the room. Oh, that's the room. That's the room that there are chairs in. So I don't know if they make people, oops, okay, don't want that. Some video and lights. That's funny. Let's see. Falling off a tall building. I can post it at any end of the stream. I am the pay and the turquoise and black shirt. Ah, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. See, I don't get vertigo. I mean, I don't get dizzy. Which was great for roller coasters. So, better view. Look at this view. Can you see it? Let's see. There we go. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it up. So, that star just politeness. That just seems so rude, doesn't it? You know, it's like, I may not be religious, but damn, that's just rude. So, let's see. So, nothing, boring. I know there's a desk there somewhere because someone sits at it. Oh, it's right there. Do you know? I gotta keep saying, do you see it? No, you don't, because I'm blocking the way. I'm trying. Let's see, when I have to go back and read this. There's a name you haven't thought about in 20 years, John Norris. Who's John Norris? Come on. Okay. That was definitely a different view. Yeah, that is awesome. It's great if you don't have a fear of falling. Yeah, I guess so. But I did. I wish I understood what you guys were talking about. I'm just sitting here trying to take pictures. Boring. With the screen, you can see directly through those windows. Yeah. Hi, Bex. I don't want to put the camera on the window because I don't want them saying that I'm trespassing. You never know. There could be some weird ass rule about me putting the camera on the window. So it's like I can do it like this and look around, but I'm not going to touch the window with it. So, see, walls, proclamations of some kind. And they don't have it lit. I bet you they don't have it lit on purpose. So, let's see. When you set the phone down, it looked like we were falling off a building. Yes. I realize it's like, yeah, I've technically trespassed by putting the window or putting the camera on the ledge. But since they don't touch the ledges, as we all know, because they're filthy. Let's see. I am just completely, my gimbal is almost completely backwards, and I am just so, maybe my ears bothering me. Got into a discussion about that last night, about ears. Let's see, is this his office? No, this is, yes it is. Yes it is, because I should just have Papa Cat follow me around with a black sheet or something. I give up. You'll see what I see. So, this should be, this one I can't get through because it's got the extra, sheet on it. But it's not done very well, so it looks tacky. So, I think somebody might be watching me. It's a little old lady like me. Oh, they did it with this one too. So, you see her? Right down there? All the way at the end? Usually I'm right when they're watching me. Somebody's watching me. When you say, okay, nice to know the UPS trucks look the same everywhere. Yes. It's a brand. That's why. That's what Clark and I were talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, FedEx, UPS, places like, it's a brand. I wouldn't be surprised if they have that brown copyrighted. So, should email Stuart Semple. He's been making dupes of copyrighted colors that are not the same formula. So they're the same but different. Because Tiffany's is copyrighted. There's an artist who copyrighted it a black. That's what started the whole thing. I sent MTV a demo tape in 1992 pitching to be Dave Kendall's successor on 120 Minutes, but they went with Penfeld instead. Boo. You never told me that one. Bye, Sunrise. Have a good one. Let's see. Just saw they found Travis Timmerman on the way home from being imprisoned in Syria. Thank God. Don't know who that is, unfortunately. Yes. Hi. Let's Fook. Yes, you have to be careful. Look what happened to Club Champion. That was weird. That is just weird how the feds have gone and run with it. We were talking about it last night. Talking about how it's different, that the feds are after not the state or the city. Yeah, that one is a little scary because also wiretapping. Wow, that's a stretch. That's why we're always fundraising for him, because he's going to need the money for a lawyer. Well, he's going to need the money for a good lawyer. Let's just put it that way. Because the Fed is a completely different world whatsoever. So yeah. It's like, I will mention him occasionally with his name, but I'm so not going into that because I am not muddying up any freaking water there. Because I am deathly afraid of the Fed. See the tree? They don't even have it decorated, do they? They just have lights on it. How boring.
And so
I mean, even I have like 4 decorations on my light now. breaking my Santa on Air Force One sort of took all the fun out of it for me. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. Whoops. Don't want to interrupt the puppy. Hello, puppy. Isn't he cute? I'm going to go around the puppy. He's so cute. Whoops. So, let's see what we can do at the front door. People are walking by looking at me. They think I'm nuts because I'm sitting here with an umbrella. Foreshadowing. I'm older. I'm crazy. Don't look. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I think somebody was actually looking at me. Black sheep of the family. Oh my god. Yes, 120 minutes was fun. Travis was on a personal spiritual journey and was captured months ago and imprisoned in Syria from Missouri. Nobody knew where he was. Oh, well then that's good. Hey, it's one of my security guys. The guy said don't bug me because they're probably real security. Do you know how they're accusing him of wiretapping? Like what he did? I heard yesterday that he was accused of wiretapping because he was in the building supposedly, or like at the front doors or something, and he actually the video caught two people talking, and that's how it got blown up to wiretapping, which is really reaching it. And this has nothing to do with Scientology, so it's not Scientology pulling it, it's the feds. And I don't know why the feds are doing that. There's a reason. There's always a reason the feds are doing stupid crap. So it's like there's got to be some other thing floating around about it too, that maybe has something to do with religion. Probably religion. It's because that would be a big lobby that the Fed would be bugging people about. So Matt Pinfield was the Colonel Kurtz of MTV. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, for the Fed to go after him, there's something weird going on. But like I said, it's usually because they're going after somebody else at the same time, or they're trying to start a precedent. So if they can convict him, it's really weak, you ask me. But it's not, when it comes to the Fed, it's none of our, there's no way to influence or anything like that. Becky was asking yesterday about people going to enlighten the lawyer, and it's like it has nothing to do with enlightening the lawyer, because you'd have to just basically look at the law books, because it's exactly what they go by. The Fed is weird. I'm surprised they don't speak in Latin. They're so weird. So everybody is corrupt, folk. Oh, I'm sure Sciento was at maybe at the start of it, but once they figured out they could probably get away with it, they let Fed run with it. They might have influenced them, but this is all conspiracy theory stuff. Oh, excuse me. This is my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. This is my own opinion. Does not mean that it is fact. I had to put the thingy in to make sure that this is just me talking. Yeah, influenced before this all started, so that way they can do it. Wouldn't be surprised, family, girlfriend, something, somewhere where they could run with it. And of course, since they're the ones who started it and now are not attached to it, they can claim that it's not their monkey, which is not kosher, if you ask me. That's the parrots. Wow. They are being bratty today. And they're all up on the apartment building. So, yeah. No, I was saying yesterday that you can't really influence anybody while it's in working on it. But we can, if people want to, can protest it outside of the building, because a judge probably won't let anybody in, because if Cub's lawyer is smart, he will not want anybody in there, because you don't want the Scientology freaks in there. Not us, them. They could fill up a whole courtroom. So that's the thing. We're staring at the birds. There they are. So, yeah, welcome to hell, the Fed. I thought it was so bizarre when they said that he was federal. I thought it was a joke. Oops, wait, let's see. What am I doing wrong here? Nope. My gimbal is having issues today, I swear to God. Okay. So, yeah, and it can be strung out forever too, like they're doing. It was been delayed till March now. What that is about is they were wanting to get him away from the org. Now I wish there was a backup for him to be there instead of him, because I personally think it's not a good idea to go there, unless he's going to be 10 feet away from the building, period. So yeah, it's been delayed till March. Whee! They're having like fun. Why is my gimbal being so weird? Okay. Sorry guys, I know I'm making you see, is this one gonna work? That one works better. See them? Papa Cat found a picture at the airport with a pyramid and a parrot. I forgot to transfer it over to this phone. I wanted to make it a thumbnail. Or I'm sorry, I forgot to put it in my online memory, whatever the hell it's called. My Google One, whatever the hell it's called. So I could get it from this phone. So I don't know why, because it's not raining. And it's really early for them, so I have no clue why they're doing this. But it's sort of neat in a really weird way. It sounds totally Hitchcockian when they're running around. So, so hopefully that helped with the explanation of why it's at the Fed. Because it's also inside a building, technically. California. Journey brought it up last night. California is a two-party. When you're outside, it doesn't matter. You're in public. When you're inside, you have to ask permission. So, probably some weird law about that. You could have been on the doorstep. So, technically, private property. Some crap like that. Holly squeak when they... Hold on, I've got everything in my hand now. Let's see. It was a whole gallery of parrot art. Oh, inside the security zone, unfortunately. And you get there 3 hours before your plane took off. And you didn't, outside. Inside. Can you get it inside? I saw your Air Force One post. Here is an Air Force One fun fact. When Ford took off as Air Force One carrying, Nixon ceased being Air Force One in midair. Yes, because only the president is Air Force One. He could be on a United jet, and that is Air Force One. That's the funny part about that. So Nixon was technically president until he was midair. So Ford couldn't even do that right. I want to know who they pissed off, or who pissed them off. Do you hear that? Those are those little buggers. They're on a tear. See, I'm not trying to film them. That's why I can get them. That's all the parrots. And let's see, there are the stragglers. Yeah, that's why it was also depressing is that it was, we haven't been back to DC since Butthead took office the first time. So that was in the good old days when they didn't have fences up and you could go to White House at 2 o'clock in the morning when I used to, because I was, my anxiety disorder really stuck out there first time I think we went. And so I stayed in the room the whole time and we'd go out at night to go look at the, Christmas trees. There's a Christmas tree like lane sort of thing of people that do Christmas trees from every state, kids. So we went to go look at that, and then we went to White House because you could go to the front of White House and the iconic like picture and sit there, and that's when I saw the Rangers, who are Secret Service, didn't get a reason why they were park rangers at the time. I think they probably would get in trouble and have to be a park ranger. So there are at least 4 park rangers, heavily armed. But one of them had a dog, had a guard dog, canine. And I came up to the guy standing next to him and I said, "What is that?" Meaning the breed. And he said, "It's a dog." That's the way it used to be. I bet you it hasn't been that way since the orange balloon was in office. So, I'm not surprised. Well, okay, my phone is off again. I hate when my phone does that. And there's still, I hope it's torturing the tourists. I hate to say that. Strutter. Hi, Strutter. Welcome. I remember hearing it when he was president. Remember hearing, oh God, I've lost you guys again. If the president is on civilian aircraft, yeah, it would be, executive one. Okay. That's why the vice president is literally Air Force 2. And yes, they are screaming dove. Gerald Ford was the body model for Superman. No, he wasn't. I thought it was massive drones for a second. Yeah, what, they're in New Jersey or something? Excuse me. It didn't go away. I hope I'm not getting cooties. Are you being serious or a joke? Those are back east. Yes. Like I said, New Jersey. Let's see. True. No, I remember hearing that when he was president. So it might actually be for real. It's so, Ford was so bland, it might be real. Oh, okay. Hi, Professor Kakan. Matt Penfield is now on 88.5 FM, the SoCal at Sound Afternoon. 88.5 up here in the north is KQED, which is the PBS station. Oh. Everybody's saying hi to the professor. That's good. Yeah, my phone seems to have frozen again on, let's see. Ah, okay, it's working again. I think. Ah! That's actually funny. I'm sorry. Those are the parents. The person who came out was looking up, and that's why I said those were the parents. Hi, 420 Audits Ireland. Thank you. I will. It's an off day today. Hopefully I won't be driving home amongst the rainstorms. I have the wrong car, as usual. The SUV is in the parking, or is in the garage at home, and I've got my little station wagon sports car, which has low profile tires. It's fun to go, whee! I do not drive around that car in the rain in San Francisco. I have slid on cable car shacks before in that car. It's like, no. They are just roaming around in this huge pile Are they going to go to the other building? There's another building they'll land on besides the condo I want to live in. And unfortunately, they sold the condo next to us for less than what we paid for ours. So we can't sell ours and go live here. Let's see. Oh, yes, a fellow Irish person or Ireland person. Dropping my umbrella. Brain's dangerous. Was an athlete and model when he was young. Oh, okay. So what made him so boring when he got older? Because he had to become a Republican or something? Chevy Chase did do the perfect Gerald Ford. I'm sorry, but he totally did. What are they? You know, I'm going to get bird poop on me any minute, I can tell. They are definitely in a mood. Maybe someone's, doing tree trimming on Telegraph Hill, because that's usually where they hang out during the day. So yeah, it's boring here. They've got the ladder here, which I'm sure is probably illegal to just leave it, because I don't work here, so I'm not keeping an eye on it. It's what, a 12-foot ladder? So and the bows are mismatched from the ribbon, which drives KA nuts. The bows need to be fluffed out and look like bows, which drives me nuts. Let's see, what else? See, I'm not the only person running around with an open umbrella. It's not raining yet. Let's see, what am I going to do tonight? I'm going to think about reading Plan 9 on Old Tifa again, like I do every day. Which I can do now, because I got reminded yesterday how to stream from my desk. I have a beautiful computer that was bought for video when I was going to make crafting videos. LBJ claimed Ford played football too many times without his helmet. That sounds like LBJ. Why do you think the Norwegian forest cat is named Ladybird? We picked the interesting ones. Yeah. Past girls have been Eleanor and Dolly. So I've seen him before. He's coming out here to smoke. I would love him to think that he's the reason I'm going away. Oh, he's going to Nico. Which I haven't been all week because Papa Cat's not here. We were overstocked for pastries for the first part of the week, and then Papa Cat went back east. So, and I'm type 2. If I wave something in front of me, I'll probably go into diabetic coma from there. Oh God, yes. And you guys miss Feral Cheryl huffing practically frosting. It's the only way I could put it. She had the pastry cone filled with frosting, at one point she just gave up. She was doing a gingerbread house, and she just gave up and started putting it in her mouth. Rigby? Oh, I got it. Adam, I got it. I'm not that daft. I actually got it. Problem is that on her memorial box, because we had her, they gave her back to us in a box. It's spelled wrong. It's spelled like, not Land Before Time, like The Hobbit instead of like hers. And after all this time, we still haven't gotten it fixed. I called her Squiggy. Because she was black and white, and she just had that look on her face like she's just going, hello. I had a Jackie, but it was rescinded. Where I got Abby and Birdie, they had a gray one that came with the other two. These are my friends who like foster kittens, and I was going to name her Jackie, And they realized, that's what I always say, you realized they're bonded. So the triple were bonded. They all had a unique problem with them. They're still alive and happy, but I still call her Jackie because they named her Lady Jane. So for the longest time, I'm like, hi, my kitty. I think the next one, depending on if I'm getting along with my dad yet or not, I'm going to name her Hillary. So when Jessica Mitford was hanging out with LBJ and Lady Bird in the 1940s, she wrote her mother about them, and her mom wrote back, there was no Lady Bird in Deborah's peerage. Yeah. She did pull the name off everywhere. I mean, I even thought when I was younger that was her real name until I got older, because she had Linda Bird, and my real name is Linda, so my mother would call me Linda Bird occasionally. So, I was an adult when I found out it wasn't her real name. So, that was actually funny. And of course, we didn't even pass our brains that we're calling a cat Lady Bird, and her nickname is Birdie. So we try really hard. A guy at a Mercedes trying to distract me. Oh, look, I thought he was going to Nico. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just pretending to go to Nico. Ooh, they might have brisket sandwiches left. They make a really good brisket sandwich. I think I'm marbled rye. So that, and to let them know I'm not mad. Oh, it was an Uber. Or not an Uber. That's not an Uber. Yeah, it is an, well, no, it's a car. It's the wealthy Uber. The Mitfords preferred Adolf. Oh my God. Considering what Unity was up to, I'm not sure if Mom should be complaining about the bird. Just saying. My Texas grandmother looked like Lady Bird. Oh my God, that's so cute. I think she was adorable, and I think I love the fact that her daughter, they nicknamed her daughter Linda Bird, and she got married. Didn't she also get married at the White House, or was Patricia the first? Because for some reason, I'm thinking Eisenhower and LBJ, and I know Nixon's was. So I wonder. I'm crooked. Why am I crooked now? See, this gimbal's been acting like a bozo all day. So I had, nope, I'm still crooked. Oh well. Yeah, KA, those bows or the ribbons drive you crazy. When I'm not level on my phone, it drives me bonkers. I sit there the whole time and try to make it level by moving the gimbal, and it never works. So one more walk up the street, and then we'll be done. And then I can go home and look at the wrath of traffic that's going on. And that's also one of the things, is that most of the people who live in Alameda moved there because they thought it was going to be the suburbs right next to Oakland. So there aren't very many natives to the Bay Area that live there. Well, where I live, that's all new development. So they don't know how to drive. And yes, I was the only one going down the street in Oakland. So what the heck is that in the background? I can't tell. I have to talk through it, but it's very funny. It's like, what? It sounded familiar, but I can't place it. Grover Cleveland was married in the White House. Ah, right. No, I was thinking of Spawn, though. Somebody was a big deal because they were the Spawn that were getting married there before Nixon, I thought. Maybe it started with Nixon. Not that it matters, because the Rose Garden's a freaking mess, and she's going to screw it up even more. Did I say that out loud? She's made it look like a freaking urban park. I'm going to have those horrid red trees again. Because you know he's going to pay her enough money to go back to the White House. Anyway. Grover White House is married in Cleveland. Ah, you're up to really bad today. You should take a day off. Take a rest. Big giant head. No. They were across the way at Hunter's Point when nobody was supposed to know they were there. So it was San Francisco. Alameda here was the naval station that had the carriers, battleships, things like that. So half of Alameda was actually all military housing. Or people that rented it were in the military. And right now we don't have any bases except for Coast Guard base, which is on Coast Guard Island, which is an island between Alameda and Oakland. So we used to have a lot of bases. We had so many bases that in the 80s, we knew that if something happened with the Cold War, that we'd die. So my joke was, I'm going to go find I'm going to get a bottle of champagne and go find myself a military base and sit there and drink my champagne until I am... Sorry, the door. The thing fell off the door. Let's see how long it takes somebody to notice. So I'm going to sit here and try to read that sign again. Oops, I think somebody's coming in. I have to back up. Nope, okay. So let's see, where are we now? Something member. What does it say? I can't see it. Grand member with honors. Who's there? Names that I do not recognize. So they're not San Francisco names. Are there any San Francisco names on that thing? Let's see, I'm looking. Which in a way is good because then they have no foothold in here whatsoever. So I don't see a San Francisco name on there. Ha ha! So these are people that are not listed in San Francisco. Because of course, I still belong to that generation where we did still have the social register crap going on you read about in the news or in the paper. And none of these names look familiar. Nope. And they get smaller. So when you get to benefactor, it's harder to read. No. Okay, so yeah, no. They have nobody important. Which is cool. Oh, Maria Monroe, daughter of James Monroe, first offspring married in the White House. Oh, you noticed. Good for you. I wonder how long that took. Who's watching me now? Mwah. Okay, so, wow, that was a long time ago. What were they making it a big deal that Pat Nixon was getting married at the White House then? I barely remember it. Or my mother talked about it, or something. Yes, Wessels. No, Papa Cat does not know anything about an army base or a base around here. He's not from here. San Francisco, so where Larry Wessel lived. Oh, move the umbrella so we can see. I'd have to open it, and I have to open it by hand because it's a teeny tiny little umbrella. And I just read like the operating instructions. I never read them anymore. And it says you have to let it dry out so it doesn't seize up or whatever, get smaller. It's technically a one-person umbrella. It's tiny. So, and you hear them? I don't know what the heck they're saying. Yes, when I get the gnome, I'm going to, hopefully the cocktail lounge will be open on the pyramid all the way to the top finally. And I'm going to take him there. I'll definitely take him to the bridge, or that bridge, or whatever the heck it's called. The orange one. Because Golden Gate is orange. It ain't red, it's orange. And take a picture of him there. And maybe take him to Oakland Museum because, I'm sorry, but I've been a redheaded stepchild all my life because I grew up in Oakland. And that's the way San Francisco's always treated us. So it's at least one picture, maybe in front of the zoo sign. It's a really cool zoo in Oakland. I don't know what the hell they're up to. They just roamed by in this big old pack. And they seem very grumpy. And I think this Centis guy is doing that on purpose. The uniform guy. Now, if they'd all come down really low and do it. Oh, I just saw the helper guy just came to look and see if I was still here. So they made him come in. I love it. He should look at the bright side. If he's outside higher, he's making more money while I stay here. Yeah, they're up to something. They're even low. Little monsters. Let's see. James Monroe was 1820, so yeah, and it's not like there weren't a few, but Pat Nixon was last. Maybe the outcry is it happened in the 50 years since. Oh, it hasn't happened in the 50 years since. Well, the Rose Garden doesn't look the same anymore. Now it just looks like a park in New York. I am just stunned. It's like, and you know that I'm about to lose the umbrella. Okay, I got it. That Michelle Obama's vegetable garden has got to be gone too. Nobody's ever mentioned that one. So, I mean, hell, that woman has no taste and it's gross. And hopefully she won't be hanging out at functions much. Anyway. I'm such a brat. It's like, oh, she's got no taste. Her slutty socks. And her future. You know, we're going down from a PhD to God knows where she graduated or what she graduated in. So, and yes, I'm being a hypocrite. So yeah, he came out here. Ladder's still there. So he's not watching me. Oh, and I see movement behind. Yep. I think they're all waiting for me to leave. I love it. So. Oh, okay, I am going to leave this time. So, get home and make sure that I don't have cooties. Because my voice has never, like, gotten normal the whole time I'm here. So, who can give me a room raid? Ooh, see the birdies? Woo! That was a cool shot. So, let's see. Come on, people. Oh, look, more birdies. Ah, that is cool. I love that. That's a pretty good ending. Oh, and Carrie Ann, I totally forgot. Ah, yeah. Gnome Roamer. Oh, and I forgot to tell you the story about the girl whose house caught on fire the day before I met her. I'll have to do it tomorrow, okay? So I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. Have a good one. Ciao, Bellas.